Perfect. Hi guys, what's up? I'm awful at starting videos, but today I'm gonna do like a chit chat, get ready with me. Kind of talking about some stuff that's been going on that I've been kind of vocal about. Yeah, I don't really know entirely what I'm gonna do yet. I'm thinking I kind of want to use some like blues, but I don't want to do like a full blue eye look. So yeah, I don't entirely know. I also really need to clean my brushes, so I think I'm probably gonna do that after I get ready today. But yeah, basically I wanted to do this because I can't do sit down just talk serious videos. I either have to do it like in a car, vlog style, in a situation like this, and that is just kind of who I am. I think everyone has their differences, but I just can't stay focused long enough, and I will forget what I'm talking about a billion times, so I figured this is a better way. Plus, then this is a little bit more interesting, in my opinion at least. It's like I'm doing my makeup. You guys can kind of watch it, see what I'm doing, try it. And I personally like more chatty get ready with me's over tutorials. This is insane because I feel like if I'm watching them say while I get ready, which is what I usually do, it's a little bit more personal because they're just like, whoever you're watching is just talking rather than fully explaining everything they're doing. And in my opinion, I just personally like that a little bit more, which I know that everyone probably doesn't, but yeah, that's just kind of what I like. Basically, the main thing that I wanted to address today is my living situation. If you are friends with me, you know me personally, stuff like that, and you're watching this and you didn't know, I apologize. If you are a friend from college and I didn't tell you, I apologize. I just was trying to keep it on the low key just because, and even right now I'm a little weirded out because things still technically could flip sideways, but I think it is in my best interest to just address it all now rather than waiting, because assuming everything goes perfectly, then I've waited too long and then there's like more issues than there needs to be. So what I'm talking about, if you don't know, is that since moving down to college in the first week of August, which if you don't know, I go to Arizona State University. I am a sports medicine / sports management double major for now. It might be journalism. We haven't decided. I'm working in sports. But when I moved down there, I was in the dorm at first. I moved out after about 2 months. So me and all 3 of my other roommates all filed to move because we were in dorms that were basically condemned by the city. They were disgusting. They had so many issues. They were small. They were gross. It was just not good. If you're familiar with Arizona State University, we were in the Adelphi dorms. And I can hear everyone who does know going, oh shit, right now. So we had been planning to file a move pretty much since we had moved in. We had just had a lot of issues. We all loved each other and we were planning on, you know, trying to move together. So eventually what the final straw for us was, and what pushed us to apply to move, was we had dust that was flying out every time we used our air conditioning. And if you know, Arizona in the months of August and September is about 115 degrees and you can't not have air conditioning on. But every time we put it on, our rooms got literally just completely filled with dust, and it was just, all of us were sick all the time. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit, just a little bit. My eyes look really cool right now. And then about a week after that, oh, we're too zoomed in now. About a week after that, we had no water. Our washing machines broke and we literally had 0 water pressure. If I can find any videos, I'll insert them right now. But, so we submitted to move. We actually just filed to move into a nicer dorm. See, this is why I can't do this. I get so distracted. Okay.
I don't even want to talk about how uneven my eyebrows are. Like, they're uneven naturally, but like, I'm usually so good about filling them in, not uneven. And I'm watching that clip, trying not to just scratch the whole rest of the video because they're so uneven. I'm so sorry.
We filed to move into another dorm. Again, I'm using this in terms of, if you're familiar with Arizona State, it was the Hacienda Academic Village. Those are the more common dorms. They're not the nicest dorms on campus. Tucker is, but they were bigger, they were nicer, and most of our friends that were in dorms lived in there. So that was what our original plan was. And then one night at like literally 3 o'clock in the morning, our light fell, and we had like one of the big like industrial overhead lights, and I was the only one there at the time, and I was like, obviously I'm going to use this as a reason why they should move us, because this is very unsafe. It could have hit someone in the head or worse. So used that in my reasoning. And I think honestly what happened was that the school got concerned that we would sue them because it could have caused a danger, and I used that and moved us into on-campus apartments. That was what the fuck, I just fucked this up, like, solution was. So then we were moved into that. Now what they didn't tell us at the time was the price of these. Basically, because they're on campus, you don't pay a monthly rent like you would at a normal apartment. You pay like campus housing, and these were close to $5,000, not including if you had a meal plan or anything, or parking, for a semester. So for spring semester, January through May, which is it ends up coming out to about $1,200 a month. So I was not okay with this. I had been living in it. I loved living in it, but I had a lot of issues with like my roommates, and I was close to my old roommates, but we were still separated, and they were, you know, some of my best friends, and I just didn't really like that. And obviously having issues with my now new roommates on top of it really just made that worse. So I talked out all the kinks with my mom and decided to move into a real big girl apartment off campus. So that is where we are now. So if you're keeping track, that is moving 3 times in this year. Is it the most ideal situation? Obviously not. No one wants to move that much, obviously, but the thing is, in reality, it's like, it could be a lot worse. I could have had such a worse situation. And yeah, I'm just thankful that I ended up with family who is helping me get through school. And it was an outdoor dorm, so I couldn't like leave my door open and talk to anyone on my floor, anything like that. She didn't really like the idea of the other apartments, only because of the price tag that came along with them, and also that I ended up with really random roommates who were all 22 years old. One of them was married. Another of them literally didn't ever leave her room. And she just wasn't very fond of that, which I personally think is completely understandable. I obviously wasn't even very fond of that, but it was better than where I was. And at the time, I also was kind of afraid because all of my other roommates were leaving and I didn't want to stay there by myself. And so I kind of went against my mom's advice, which is what made me end up in the situation that I am, which I think is the best situation that I could actually be in, if I'm being honest. That is kind of like all that. I feel like that was like a lot in a little bit of time. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't and we're like friends, obviously you can text me and
I just licked my fucking brush.
I'll let you know. But yeah, it's just, I'm currently waiting. I'm picking my mom up late tonight, like 10 p.m. from Colorado, and we're going to be calling Delta either today or tomorrow to see about changing my flight so I can get back early and start moving so I have a little bit more time, because campus only gives you 48 hours to move, and I would rather just kind of finesse a little bit, tell them I'm coming later than I am, and change my flight. And then also I have to, you know, sign my lease and everything from my new apartment. And I will definitely do an apartment tour. I won't know two of my roommates, but if you follow me on Instagram or on Snapchat, you know Lexi, who's one of my best friends she actually lives in the same state. Her parents live where mine do, but from school, she is also moving due to similar circumstances. So we will be rooming together, which is perfect. And we are living in that same apartment. We already signed our lease for next year, so we won't have to move, which will be pretty nice. Or theoretically, we won't have to move. I suppose if we don't get along with our roommates and they renew their lease, we will. But that's all tea to figure out as the year goes on. But yeah, I'm really happy with how everything worked out. I honestly don't think it could have worked out better. I think that, oh my god, I personally just think that there is a lot of trial and error when it comes to living and school and really anything like that. And you know, I think it's okay to not know what you're doing. You know, obviously I left for winter break thinking I was going back to that apartment, and in reality when I get back I will instantly be packing everything up from that apartment and moving. And I don't think there's like anything wrong with that. I mean, obviously I've done it. Everyone is gonna have their own opinion. I haven't told a lot of my family yet, only because I know that they won't enjoy it. I will be a little farther, so instead of having to leave at like 7, I would have to leave at like 6:30, 6:45. And that just gets a bit more technical in the long run. Not that I couldn't make it work. Most of my classes are hybrids anyway, which is why I only have Tuesday, Thursday classes. But yeah, college might not teach you exactly how to pay your rent, how to do your taxes, anything like that. And that's what everyone wants to focus on. They don't want to focus on what college does teach you, of just being independent. Because I've learned more about what being an adult is in the 6 months that I've been at school than I have ever in my life. And it wasn't even from professors or advisors. It was just from me being on my own and having to figure that out. And that, if you aren't subscribed to me, please go ahead and hit that red button down below and the bell so you're notified whenever I post a video. My goal for 2019 is to get on a schedule, get a better editing software, and just really grind it out. So I would love it if you stuck around. This is the completed look. Again, this was with the James Ross palette. I realized I didn't talk about that at all, but so this is the look. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you stick around. Bye guys.